Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. You're going to sit here and listen to me talk about my experience at TFCON in Toronto, Canada, while I speed through building one of my most anticipated sets of this year, which is the Last Night Yolopark Optimus Prime. This is my favorite Optimus Prime mold, or like the way he looks, ever. So I was really excited to see a model kit of such high quality. So here I am just showing off a bunch of the things. You get a neat little pin here, which is pretty cool, and he does have a decent amount of accessories, which is awesome. The instructions are relatively straightforward, although the coloring does make it difficult in some steps. But that's all good. We get through it, and you can see pretty much how I do it. It is nice that they did organize it by box, relatively, which is awesome. Anyways, let's go right into it. So, TFCON, what is it? It is a Transformers convention, and I'm not aware of other areas in the world, but at least here in Canada, Toronto has one, I believe, every year in the summer. And the last 2 years I haven't been able to go for financial reasons or work reasons, and this year I actually had the time to book some time off, and it was a really exciting trip, and too long didn't read. I think I would rate it like a 7 or 8 out of 10 for an experience, but it definitely did not give me what I wanted out of it. So let's go right ahead and start with the beginning. Tickets. If you buy the standard entry tickets, which was very silly of me, you can start getting in starting noon. And usually at other conventions, you can start getting in like an hour after the VIP tickets, versus here was 3 hours, which is a huge difference for collectors. And I didn't think about that when I bought the tickets. So keep in mind, if you want to collect things, get the early bird access, you always have to go for the VIP tickets for early access. Usually I'm selling at cons, so that's why I didn't think about it this time, but that's all good. We learn from our mistakes. As a very side note, we are currently building the inner frame of the Optimus, and now we're starting to add more color to him, which is awesome. We're starting with the upper body, and then we're going to move our way down towards the legs. But anyways, so we did show up there earlier than noon, which was fine. They gave us the bracelets. We just had to pretty much line up for a while. There was not that much parking in the area, but we made it work, and I found some spot on the street, which was awesome. It was really cool seeing so many cars that were Transformers themed, like so many had added Autobot Decepticon logos. I even saw a couple Dinobot logos. That was pretty awesome. And just seeing like cosplays, that was something you don't normally see at conventions, just so many people cosplaying Transformers, and it was amazing. Like, just to see and feel so much love for something that I have a huge passion for is great. And I wish I got some pictures with them, but it was just really fun to have that atmosphere of just everyone's a nerd here, everyone loves what I love, and they know references that I would make hypothetically. So that was really cool. It was hosted in a hotel slash convention center area, and because it was extremely hot in the area, that was really hard to wait in lines for, but luckily they were very nice and they had lots of water on standby for people. Quick side note, we just finished the upper body. I loved absolutely every second of building that. It was hard at first, but way more enjoyable than the legs, which is all good. You get used to it. Some of the pieces kind of had to like break in, and you just kind of had to force them in, and it just feels a little suspicious. And I ended up actually starting from the bottom up because I was too scared of breaking some of the more hip related pieces. Alright, so now we're going to get into the part that I didn't really like as much. What was really nice is my fiance, she gave me $500. She was like, if you see something you like, please buy it. I want you to be happy, blah, blah, blah. Which was really nice of her, really kind. And so I went there with my best friend, and we got in, and it was a huge hit. Like, so many Transformers, the most I've ever seen in the same room at the same time. It was amazing. It was awesome seeing like old sets from multiple different types of vendors that were all neatly displayed out, and it was amazing. And seeing third parties and just seeing people looking at sets, being able to like sort of hunt down things But here's where things started going downhill for me personally, as someone that had a very specific idea in my mind for what I wanted out of it. I pretty much was hoping to find like specific set pieces that could add to my collection, or just something older that I found was neat, or even I was willing to get like some masterpieces or third parties. And I do understand that people need to make profit, but there were some specific vendors, I don't have any names, I did not pay attention to those, but anyways, it just felt a little too much. Like usually when I go to conventions, I'm expecting that things could be like 1.5 times the price, maybe even 2. And for some specific really rare things like Legacy Breakdown, that's the last piece of a combiner that everyone is missing. It retailed at $40 roughly Canadian, and I was expecting like 150. I was okay for that, but the couple people that had it, it was going for $275, $300 for something that's $40. And it was just like everything was so expensive if it was something people actually wanted, that it made me do a double take, maybe even triple take. But it was just so crazy that like I couldn't even justify thinking about spending that much money. There was a HasLab Unicron, which is amazing. That was made a long time ago. You can't find that anywhere really. Maybe it was $500, now it's roughly $1,000. There was one in the building and it was $3,500, and that is a lot of money, like a huge upcharge. So that was, it just didn't rub me the right way. That put a little bit of a damper. I walked through the entire place a couple of times. There's a couple items I almost bought, but unfortunately curiosity got the better of me. I did a little bit of research, saw that it was a significant price hike in something that was readily accessible online. I couldn't justify buying it. It was still nice. My overall experience, don't get me wrong, is just the prices were a little insane. Now this might be normal, but as a first time goer, that was kind of like a kick in the butt. But I will admit that the display cases they had with some third parties and other things like that did sell me, in the sense that I do want to buy certain figures I didn't think I would want to buy, just at a later point in life when I'm more financially stable and when it's probably a little bit cheaper too. But don't get me wrong, everything else was absolutely great. It was phenomenal. The panels were great, just seeing the life was great, but it did feel a little scummy, just like some things. There was a Legacy Nemesis type figure, which it retailed for 300 Canadian or 200 US, and this guy offered, I think it was like 450 Canadian, which is 1.5 times retail, and the person flat out said no, that's not enough, which I think is a little ridiculous, but that's whatever. To each their own, they know they're going to make a profit. But as a collector, on top of the 3 hours of being late because I got the regular ticket, it just kind of hurt a little bit, but otherwise it was good. It was pretty fun. I would probably go again one more time with the VIP tickets, just to see if there's anything crazy, but definitely more for the atmosphere for the panels next time. I won't put that much thought into the actual collecting. Anyways, here's Optimus Prime. He's got sick additions. You have different pegs for his back, depending if you want to display with his sword in the back, his shield in the back, or nothing. He has different hands. He has some static hands with some movable fingers as another hand, and you can swap out his mask helmet to go between Nemesis, Infected Prime, and his regular Prime. You can even plug in that other arm guard in order to have the shield or his dagger on the side of his arm. It looks great. The articulation is absolutely phenomenal. The paint job is great. I really love this figure. Now, unfortunately, the LED part of this figure came damaged, and I did contact Yolopark, and they were extremely nice, and they have sent me a replacement. But for this video, I'm not going to put it in. But once I do get it, maybe I'll add a little how to insert the battery in so that his eyes can light up. That would be pretty cool. Stand is pretty neat. I'm not sure what to do with that little stand string thing, but that's alright because he looks phenomenal just like this. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and for listening. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if you have any better experiences at TFCON. Thank you. I did add a couple pictures just to show off the quality of Prime. So unfortunately he didn't feel like taking pics in the evening, which is when I filmed my video. So the next day he was like, alright, I'm ready, let's take some pictures. And They didn't turn out the best, but I just wanted to show off various poses that he could do, and I absolutely love this figure. I just wanted to reiterate that. Thanks for watching.